2-minute TV. Sponsored by A Taste of Cyprus, Chisholm. Now doing deliveries. So we are here with the world famous Micky Theo. How you doing, mate?
I'm good.
Yeah, good to see ya.
Good.
Lovely, mate. Listen, what is this, mate? What is this motor? What, you got a new motor?
Nah, it's just
Hello, John, got a new motor?
well, it's just another car, and it's what we do. We buy and sell cars. You know what I mean? So it's a Range Rover, it's a 5-litre supercharger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got all the bits and pieces. It's been mapped up and that. Yeah, it's all right.
So
It's a bit of fun.
So far, I've seen you in a Bentley. I've seen you in a Roller. And now you've got this tasty supercharged Range Rover.
Well, they're all high cars. You know what I mean? Like everyone says. So I can go and get any car. So what's the problem?
I'll tell you what, though. I mean, if you're hiring all these cars, it's still going to be costing you a lot of money, isn't it?
Well,
That's what a lot of people don't understand. They think if you're going to hire, he's hiring all these cars. Oh, he must be scared. But if you're just hiring cars all the time, that's still going to cost you a lot of money, isn't it?
Definitely. I must be a playboy then. Yeah.
I wish I could hire cars like that. Yeah. But anyway, listen, mate. Talking about more pressing issues. Got a lot going on in the boxing world. There's been the news going. There's been big news just been announced. Mike Tyson, v. Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, it's happening out there, isn't it?
Do you know what? I'm a massive Mike Tyson fan, but I'm also a massive Roy Jones Jr. fan, and I'm going to say it straight, mate. You got probably one of the best boxers of all time in Roy Jones Jr. versus one of the best fighters of all time. And if you boxing fans know what I'm talking about, there's a difference between a boxer and a fighter. Mike Tyson's a fighter. I wouldn't say he's known for his boxing skills. He doesn't jab and move like a boxer, like a Mayweather or Ali. He's more of a fighter. He gets in your face. He's a fighter. Roy Jones Jr. is an out-and-out boxer. So you got the boxer. They say styles make fights. Boxer versus the fighter. That's going to make it very, very interesting. Very interesting. Probably one of the best boxers. They're both legends. They're both in my top 5 boxers of all time. Mm-hmm. How do you think this one's going to go, mate?
When you say you got a boxer and a fighter,
yeah, best inside fighter of all time in Mike Tyson, the best outs, one of the best. I
understand what you're saying now, but listen, Tyson's still a boxer.
Really?
But he's an inside fighter.
Yeah.
I would say more inside fighter, but he's still classed as a boxer, isn't he?
He don't really jab. He don't do jab moves, does he? He just
he goes for the kill
straight away. It's like a pit bull.
He goes for the kill, and that's him. That's the beauty.
He's
about
a savage.
That's what we love about him.
Savage.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I like. That's what a lot of people like. That's why they class him the best anyone's ever seen.
Would you model your fighting style on Mike Tyson?
I love Mike's style. I think he's great. You know what I mean?
Who would your fighting style? What boxer would you model your fighting style on?
I can't tell you them secrets. Were you on the other side trying to spite with him now? Listen, I'm an all-rounder. I'm an all-rounder.
Yeah.
I've got box inside, I've got box outside, I've boxed on my back leg, going backwards. I can box any way I want. I can move in and out. That's what we do.
Yeah. So I mean, if you had the choice between Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson, I mean, take sentimentality. Try and say that after 3 pints. Sentimentality out of it.
You have 3 pieces of chicken.
Same difference. So I mean, try to take if you took that out of the equation, the sentimental value. I mean, just on the logical reasons, who would be your pick for this fight?
I've got to go with Mike Tyson.
Yeah?
Definitely. 100%.
Think about it, Mike Tyson's going to blow after a couple of rounds, isn't he?
Is he? Well, how many rounds are they going to fight for?
8 rounds.
Is it going to be 8? Is it been announced? I ain't seen it.
Yeah, it's been announced. It's going to be an exhibition match.
8 what?
In Los Angeles.
8 twos?
8 threes.
That's nice. That's what I wanted originally.
Yeah.
It should be.
Yeah.
You give the crowd. This is money involved here.
Yeah.
You give the crowd, value for money.
And they're going to have the bigger gloves on.
Really?
Yeah.
What, 16s?
No, I don't know if it's 16.
14s.
Probably 14s.
Yeah.
Probably 14s.
Was that announced as well?
What?
Was that-
They haven't announced, but all they've said that they have announced bigger gloves. They haven't said what ounce though.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Mate, it might be 12s. It might be 12. I'd say 14s.
So they're not doing bare knuckle.
Nah, no bare knuckle. What?
They're not stupid, are they?
Well, the thing about it is it's boxing. It's called boxing for a reason.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do as well back in the day. But anyway,
Yeah.
it is what it is. And
Yeah.
it'll be a good fight. And listen, Roy Jones Jr., mate, he's one of the best. He's that's what they're saying in history. So Tyson's got he's got to work at that one. And but look at Tyson. I mean, lately he's lost a lot of weight. He's coming in at the right weight, and he's still got the power. He still knows his moves. He's programmed to do what he needs to do, and he would do it on the night, I believe. I don't think he's going to go, like you say, go along and jab. That's more probably Roy Jones. I think Roy Jones Jr. is going to in and out. He's going to move along, jab, in, out, stay away from them big punches. But you cannot stay away from someone that's coming at you constantly, and that's what Tyson does.
And he'll cut the ring off as well.
He'll cut the ring off, and he just wants to take you out, Mike Tyson. You know what I mean?
Another thing as well, I've got to say, is which a lot of people are overlooking, is that Roy Jones' last fight, he got knocked out really badly.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know about
Antonio
that. I
Tarver.
don't really know too much about Roy
Yeah,
Jones. I've done a bit of research on him, and I know he was offered $33 million back in, I think, 2003 by Mike Tyson's team, and he's refused it. So why would he refuse it then? And why would he want to fight now?
Well, do you know what it is? It could be about timing. I mean, the thing about it is he might have had loads of offers at that time, and maybe he hasn't got so much offers now.
$33 million, back when that was offered in 2000, it was the biggest sort of money offered back in the day, I think.
Yeah, but do you know what it is?
Times have changed now. And like Mayweather's earning 200 mil at a time, you know what I mean? So, if you look at the difference with Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr., but $33 million, is a nice little drink to get. But
we don't know how much they're getting for this fight.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be that far off 33 mil. Even though it's a charity fight, I'm sure they're gonna incur some expenses. I mean, do you know what I mean? I'm sure in the days, everything costs money. So
Listen, time will tell. It's not far away. It's a few September, I believe.
Yeah.
I forgot the date. I did read it.
It's going to be Saturday, the 12th of September.
Okay. Well, and far away.
Yeah.
You got 6 weeks.
Under
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks. Yeah. 6 to 7 weeks.
All right. So this right, yeah. So that moves on very, very, very swiftly onto the next thing. What I was going to say.
Yeah.
6 weeks. That's been announced. 6 weeks fight. Is 6 weeks long enough for you to for a training camp for a big fight?
For me, you're talking to me now about is it long enough for a big?
You're talking to me.
You're talking to me. Take it easy.
Take it easy, man. Forget about it.
No, you're talking about is it long enough for Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. to get ready for?
Well, the thing about it, look, that's an exhibition fight.
Was the question pointing at me or the fight?
Oh no, I was just talking about in general. I was talking about in general.
You lost track somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, the thing about it is, obviously, you got the Canelo.
Listen, is it 6 weeks? Well, we're 6-7 weeks away. Is it long enough? They've been training. He's been training for the last few months, 3 months, I reckon.
Yeah.
I think everyone's been training, to be honest, yeah. On this lockdown. Listen, I think once you're a boxer and it's in your blood, you train anyway. You tick over, I believe. Not
everyone's been training.
No, some people they just retire and then just lose control.
No, a lot of people. Eddie Hearn was saying he said it. He said.
If you're a fighter and gym's shut, let me tell you something. Like for instance, what you think AJ's not training, you think Tyson Fury's not training. All the top fighters, of course, Deontay Wilder's training. They go to their gym, they'll lock the door, and they'll be there.
Mate, I agree. Mate, I agree with you. I agree. If you want to call yourself professional,
listen, I heard Joshua speaking earlier on about he bumped into Tyson Fury and all that, and this and blah blah blah, and all the talk about the black thing, Black Matters and all that,
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, but he's talking about that earlier on this morning. I sort of read it and all that.
Well, what did he say?
No, he actually brought a video out. It's all on the video.
What's that about?
And I believe he's training. I don't believe he said, "No, with this lockdown we couldn't do this and we couldn't do that."
What happened with the Black Lives Matter?
No, he was just mentioning it. In fact, one commentator that does a lot on Sky was mentioning it to him about, you know, and he comes out with all this, you know, he's on TV with braces and all that, and he's had problem with his ankle or some of his leg, and you know, he just mentioned it on the program, in commentary. But what, you believe he wasn't fighting? He wasn't training? He wasn't sparring? Of course he was. I believe he was. You know, these people were saying, "Oh, it changed things, and we can't wait to get into that mode again, the tunnel vision." You know, listen, I'm not a pro. I'm boxing. I'm training every day. You know, well, they're more important than me. You know, what? You know, so he's coming out of, you know, I was losing track of what I used to do because before I had a tunnel vision, and I'm, you know, focusing that, and it's good to get back to that now. So you're telling me a professional that's up there with 4 belts, he's not going to train because of this coronavirus?
I hear what you're saying, mate. I hear what you're saying. But there have been high-profile boxers who have gone on record and said that they're not up to speed with their training for whatever reasons. The lockdown, they haven't had access to gyms.
Hence, we were speaking about it not too long ago. Billy Joe Saunders, he couldn't prepare for his fight.
Do you think that's irresponsible?
Is it what?
Do you think that's irresponsible? Do you think he's neglected them?
Listen, everyone to their own at the end of the day. But I believe, me personally, no one's going to stop me from training. I will train. I've got my own gym at home anyway. But listen, I've got a boxing gym as well. You know what? I'd go in there and spar and do pads and do this and do that and do what I want. Obviously, I'm not going to stop because of the coronavirus out there. I'm not mixing with people to stop me training. You know, and you know what? I've actually got the original tests, the correct tests for this COVID-19. So, you know, I've been testing myself and people I'm hanging around with.
Yeah, it's a temperature test.
It's more than a temperature test. It's a blood test.
Wow.
It's a proper COVID-19 test. It tells you if you've got antibodies.
Wow.
It tells you if you've had it and you can't catch it. It tells you maybe if you've got it to isolate. You know. But people I'm actually round, they've all been tested, they're all clear, so we feel more safer and positive about it, and we make sure that people don't mix with other people or are very cautious of where they go and what they do. You know, but going back to training, that allows you to train, you know, and especially being a pro and you've got these mega fights coming up, mega money fights, you will train, you know. You find a way, you know, you go back to your gym with your trainer and you know, make sure everything's safe, and you can train to one. You know, you're not in a commercial gym with everyone else, which would be impossible and would be shut and you cannot open it, you know. So there will be a way to train around it. So anyway, apart from that, let's move on to something else.
Well, Bernard Hopkins, right? Yeah. Well, no, we don't want to just go after
Bernard Hopkins.
Bernard Hopkins has said has said Billy Joe Saunders will not get another chance at the Canelo fight. Thing about it is,
he's in that camp, isn't he? He is part of that tribe.
Yeah,
I believe
he's in with them. Yeah,
he's got inside information. So yeah, if he's got to say that, he's got to say that. But one minute, that must say that Canelo's training. Yeah, Canelo must be training for a fight in September.
Canelo, look, the thing about it is, right, yeah, Canelo's holding all the cards. Canelo knows when the fight's on or not. Canelo's been in the gym all the way throughout, and I think so has a lot of other boxers. Thing about it is, I heard that Billy Joe Saunders had some personal problems, so he couldn't train. That's what he said. So at the end of the day,
I didn't hear that. Did he?
Yeah, he said that he was caring for his grandparents.
That's nice of him.
Yeah. So the thing about it is, everyone's got their own, you know, their own reasons and stuff. Also, you know what? I said the lockdown. I mean, you know, it affects everyone in different ways. If you haven't got the familiarity of a gym and your trainer and the effect that can have on people, it affects everyone differently. So as I said, everyone's different. Obviously, in an ideal world, a boxer needs to stay ready. And you, especially when you're going to be fighting the biggest superstar on the planet.
I've always thought about that, you know. I mean, I was very friendly with Scott back in the day when he was top of his division. And
Scott Welsh.
Scott Welsh, yeah. And I used to move about with him, train with him. He used to go running. I hate running. I used to go on a bike and push him, you know, and push him. And then, not just Scott, a lot of fighters, when the fight's finished, that's it. They have a break. They go on holiday. They chill out. And I can't get my head around that one. You know, if I was going to have a fight, or spar in the gym, or many times sparring, I can continue training. I'm not going to go on holiday or have a big break. Or a lot of boxers have it off until they get a phone call. Then they go back into camp. You know, I just can't get my head around that one, because me as I'm a nobody in the boxing world as such, like as a boxer.
I wouldn't say you're a nobody, mate.
No,
you're Micky Theo, mate.
Yeah, okay. I meant me as I'm not a pro boxer. I'm not an amateur boxer. I'm a no boxer, if you know what I mean. But I do my thing in the gym behind closed doors. Yeah. I think I'm on. My training regime doesn't stop. If you know what I mean. Like a boxer will have a fight and then not retire, but take time off, a lot of time. And you know, on a phone call, then he'll get training. Then he'll have his 12 weeks, you know, training camp, whatever. You know. And I couldn't get my head around that. I think, why did they take time off? You know. Even if I was competing when I was bodybuilding, forget the boxing, I'd do my show and I'd chill out for 1 week. Yeah, maximum. Go back in the gym, because I'm stuffing my face with food, you know, constantly. And I thought, hang about, I'm smoothing out, you know, I need to get back in the gym and get back into shape. So, but in boxing, it's more important, because you don't, on a phone call, you don't know where that phone call is going to go, you know. And this is the way of professional people catching other professional boxers out, calling them out when they're not ready.
Yeah.
When the boxers are ready, they actually call them out. They know they're not ready.
Well, as I say, Canelo knows. Canelo's all about timing, isn't it? Canelo can, if he knows that he's fit,
ready all the time.
He's ready all the time.
He has to be ready.
He's got that hunger.
He has to be ready.
But it's mad, isn't it? Well, he's the multi-weight world champion, the
multi-millionaire as well.
Pound per pound king. Pound. I can never say that. Pound per pound king.
Yeah.
Right. And hello. Yeah,
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I mean, pound for pound king, and he's like training harder than anyone on the planet. So obviously, like, you know, and so you got Callum Johnson, who's been offered $5 million.
Callum Johnson or Smith?
Callum Smith. I always get them mixed up. Callum Smith has been offered $5 million.
What, to fight Canelo?
So it looks like that's going to happen.
Oh, really?
That's going to happen on the same day that.
I mean, what did Billy get offered? You know?
I don't know, but it was going to be a career high payday. I'm not sure exactly how much it was.
That's not a lot of money, is it, really, at that level?
The thing about it is, $5 million is still career high payday. Thing about it, you know what it is? When you're the B-side, right?
You're fighting the top man.
You're fighting the top man. The fact of the matter is,
normally at that level, all right, they're not heavyweights.
Unless you're Mayweather, unless you're going in as a joint A side, you're going to be the B side. And when you're the B side, you got to take what's offered to you. I mean, obviously, Billy Joe Saunders didn't take what was offered to him, but like in general,
you think he should have?
Do I personally think he should have? I personally think that he should have.
He should have.
I think, you know what? I think if you have any sort of success against Canelo, any success, even if you was to make it like, if it was just to go to points, and it was to be and you gave him a good contest, your stock would rise tenfold. Yeah. And your next fights would be commanding. Yeah, you'd be a global superstar.
You don't want to, sorry to over talk you. You don't want to go in and lose that fight though. At the same time.
No, of course not. But
you can understand where Billy's coming from to say that, and.
Yeah, but
is it about just the money in boxing to people? Do you just want to go in there half-heartedly, take the fight and lose, or do you want to not take the fight, hope the fight comes back on and you get a chance, you're fully trained, ready to go, fit as a fiddle, and take the fight and win?
Yeah, of course. Listen to me. In the ideal world, yeah, he'll get his 5 months to get fit, to get everything properly done, preparations. But Canelo's the A side. Canelo doesn't have to do anything anyone tells him to do. Fact of the matter is, Canelo's calling the shots. I understand Billy Joe Saunders is a 2-weight world champion. He's a class fighter. On his day, he's class, right? Yeah, he hasn't been as active as what I'd like him to be. But these are the facts. Facts of the matter is Canelo going to give Billy Joe Saunders 5 months? Why is he going to give him 5 months?
No idea.
He'll say, I think at the most he might say to me, like same as before, you're going to get 10 weeks, and that's your lot.
Boxing is a money game, like I said
but
before.
what has Canelo ever gave anyone 5 months training camp before?
Who's that light heavyweight he went up to? and fought that Russian guy when he
Kovalev.
Remember that fight?
Yeah, but fact,
I don't think Kovalev was 100% ready for that fight, personally.
But that's what I'm saying. This is the thing.
He fought him off hand, and he nicked the belt off him.
But this is the thing.
And the weight division.
This is the thing. Do you know what?
Well, I'm telling you where it's coming from. You have to be fit to get in that ring. Like Kovalev knew it was a big payday, and he thought, you know what, I'm going to retire after
But
that.
Kovalev went straight out
for the money. I can see.
He went straight out of the yard fight and went straight into camp.
Yeah, I know.
Because he knew that, you know what, you can't take any time for days off.
He drained his body, I believe. He overtrained his body. Went back.
Kovalev
went back into camp.
Yeah, because he didn't have no rest.
Yeah, you need to rest the body, you know.
Yeah. He went straight out of the yard fight into training camp.
Yeah, exactly. He come out of one into the other.
Yeah.
Which I think is too close.
Yeah.
But he thought, like he was speaking, he's grabbed the situation, the shot at the title, thinking he was going to beat Canelo, maybe, and move up and all the belts and everything. But not move up, move down, or how would it work if he took Canelo's belts? Someone would have to fight him, wouldn't they?
What's that?
If he won the fight with Canelo. Canelo was obviously a lot.
There'll be a massive rematch.
Yeah, it would have been, but you know, because Canelo was a lot lighter, he had to pump himself up to get.
I think he didn't come far off. It's only 2 rounds from beating him. He was up on points, I think. Yeah. But you know what, right? Just going to slightly off track. Thing about it is, right, yeah, is when you fight Canelo, you're going to be the B side, and as a B side, you're going to have to take. You're going to take. It's going to be a career higher payday, and you're going to roll the dice. You're going to have to gamble your belt, and you're going to have to gamble the fact that you know you want every single possible chance of winning.
Something you got that's precious and worth a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's the prestige of fighting Canelo.
Ongoing. Like Canelo won't offer people out if he's not fit, will he?
What?
Canelo, he won't offer a fighter out or call it out. Like he wouldn't challenge a fighter to fit if he was unfit, would he, Canelo?
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, but listen to me. Look, a fact of the matter is this, right? Yeah, is you've got 10 weeks. A lot of people are saying 10 weeks is enough time to get yourself ready for a fight. In the old days, you didn't have that long.
So what are you saying now then?
What I'm saying,
we're going in and out of tracks here.
I'm saying,
what is the main event now we're talking about?
Callum Smith.
I mean, that was Callum Smith.
No, Billy Joe Saunders has ruled himself out.
Okay.
But obviously, what I'm trying to say to you is, I was asking.
Now we're talking about Callum Smith.
Callum Smith, it looks like he's going to fight.
Yeah.
Billy Joe Saunders has ruled himself out.
All right. So Callum's taking it on.
So Callum Smith is going to be fighting on the 12th of September.
Yeah.
On the same day, Mike Tyson's fighting Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question. That night, what will you be fighting? What match will you be? What if you had a choice? What boxing match will you be watching? The Mike Tyson fight or the Canelo fight?
No-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
What is
Tyson.
Yes.
Who wants to watch the others?
They're real legends. They're real legends.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There's a name for them they're calling it, isn't they?
What?
I see it advertised. They're going to be calling it something. I seen it on the phone earlier on.
Legends Are Us.
No, I got it on my phone.
League of Legends.
There's something up there. They're calling it.
Yeah.
But no, it'd be a good fight. Listen, it'd be a great fight. Two great champions. You know what I mean? Honestly, I thought we'd be fighting Evander Holyfield.
That's what I thought. Evander Holyfield. I would
personally want to see him fight Evander Holyfield because I feel.
But you know what? Is Evander Holyfield right? Honestly, now this is a question.
No, I don't think he is.
Who do you think has got more legendary status, Roy Jones Jr. or Evander Holyfield?
They're both great fighters, and well.
I mean, Roy Jones Jr. He went from middleweight all the way up to heavyweight.
Yes, that's why he's got more.
He's the pound for pound king.
He is in all divisions.
In all divisions, he cleaned up the whole divisions.
Apart from lightweight.
I can't lightweight and welterweight. He's got well.
He's done it all. He's the only one that's done it all, and he stands in history as one that's done it all. I believe.
Yeah, no one's ever done that before.
I might be wrong, but I believe it.
No one's ever done that before.
Yeah. So he's got everything. But why? Let's go back to the question. Why didn't he accept the $33 million when he was offered to him?
Oh my God!
If he's such a good champion, why didn't he fight him?
Maybe the timing went right. That was
the cherry on the cake.
Yeah.
To beat Mike Tyson and have.
Do you know what? How do
you think?
There could be loads of reasons why. It could be like, you know what, it could have been like, he maybe had other things on the horizon. But listen,
he might not be well, he might have had the flu, he might have had, it doesn't matter, does it? I mean, But now they're getting on. It's the main thing.
That's the main thing. Better late than never.
Yeah.
But listen, I want to just one more thing, right? I know you're a busy man. Andy Joshua has just said recently in the press. He said about Tyson Fury. He said about Fury. He goes, "You haven't been around long enough. You haven't swum in the deep waters long enough to be classed as you're not on my level. You haven't been around long enough with the belts."
What sort of level does AJ think he's on?
Well, what he's saying is, you haven't held on to belts long enough to be classed as the same as me. Well, Andy Joshua has had more longevity.
Oh, right. Who's he fought?
Huh?
Who's Andy Joshua fought?
He's fought
bums.
AJ?
AJ, who's he fought?
Who's he fought? He fought Klitschko. He's fought Parker.
Oh, okay, 1 minute.
He's fought Povetkin.
Klitschko is at the end of his career.
Charles Martin.
Right. 1 minute. Charles Martin was the first guy he fought, and he nicked the belt. It's like having a cup of tea and giving him a biscuit, isn't it?
Listen,
what sort of fight?
I want to ask you a question. What sort
of fight was that with Charles Martin?
That was a joke. It was the worst heavyweight in history.
He nicked the belt for nothing.
But listen. I need to ask you this, right? Yeah.
Who did you fought after?
No, you're right. You are right.
No,
he has. He's fought all top 10 contenders. He's fought Dillian White.
Klitschko,
he's fought Povetkin. He's fought Parker. He's fought.
Forget Klitschko, because the Tyson Fury done Klitschko before Joshua.
Takam.
Right. What happened with Takam?
And
Ruiz. What happened with Takam? Takam was coming back and back and back.
Yeah.
The ref stopped it.
Takam had a hard head, man.
Listen, he was coming. I reckon
he's got a hard head,
Takam
mate.
Gets him with Joshua, he'll beat him. The ref stopped the fight. What for? He was nothing wrong with him.
All right, listen. I want to ask you a question. Bernard Hopkins said, he said on record the other day, he said that Mike Tyson could become undisputed champion again.
Again?
Yeah. He said he could quite possibly see him beat one of the top three.
I believe this is a possibility. If Mike can knock him out in 2 rounds, yes.
Do you know what? I agree. The fact of the matter is,
I said it. Listen, I did an interview earlier on with someone else, and I believe.
We don't mention other boxing channels on there.
No, I didn't.
On Boom Net TV.
I said I just done something earlier on today, and
you
drive me mad, hanging off my head, and want to do so. But anyway, I said, earlier on today, Mike Tyson, if he got in the ring with the likes of the heavyweights today, he'll end up smashing them all.
Yeah,
I said that.
Look, the thing about
I believe that.
I agree with you. Look, if Charles Martin can become a world champion, look at the bums who have become world champions.
Going back to your question, sorry to interrupt.
That's all right.
You was talking about about Joshua telling, announcing or speeching earlier on, saying that Tyson Fury hasn't fought anyone. Basically,
they didn't say he hasn't fought anyone. What he said was, you haven't swum in the waters. You haven't swum in these deep waters long enough.
Deep waters. Listen, I remember Tyson Fury back in our gym was in Walthamstow, KO Gyms, in Walthamstow, and he remembers it. He sparred with Mark Potter. Just to let you know, if you're watching this, Tyson, that's our gym, and it's still today our gym. And really enjoyed you coming down sparring with Mark. I wasn't there that day, but it was a pleasure to have you in our gym. Listen, I believe you're going to go. You've gone all the way. You're up there, and you're going to wipe the arse with Joshua when you fight him. I believe. Can
I just say something? Listen to me. I hear what you're saying, but Joshua traditionally does well with tall fighters.
Well, let's see how well he does with Tyson. Tyson's not tall. Tyson's the tallest out there.
Yeah.
He's a big man. He can box, and he'll lean on him. Yeah. And Joshua's going to have problems punching in the air. Yeah, he ain't going to be used to that, and that's going to wear him out. But I think he's going to do like the same as what he done when he fought Andy Ruiz, hit and run, try to hit and run. But he can run where he wants to. But Tyson will be up his arse.
I think Dillian White was going to knock out Tyson Fury.
Nah, no way.
I think so.
No way.
I think they've got that left hook, mate. They don't call him the body snatcher for no reason, mate.
Nah, I can't see that happening.
I'm telling you, mate. He's done him in sparring loads of times, mate.
Well, that's Chinese whispers, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
If he does knock him out, Tyson will get up and knock him out. Well, not knock him out. Maybe it will stop him. Yeah. Either way, Tyson Fury wins that fight.
Yeah, but no. What
in my books?
What Dillian White's saying is he's going to the body. He's going to work the body, and then he'll go for the knockout. That's what they call him, mate. A body snatcher.
Yeah. Well, let's see it happen.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is he's got to fight him as a mandatory, so it could happen. You know what? It's another thing I want to talk about.
Like we said a few interviews back, the subject come up, yeah?
Yeah.
I think he's entitled to a shot at Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Because he's number one challenger for it, you know? And like I said, it's all about boxing. The money makes the fights, and that's what's been happening behind closed doors and pushing like the people like Dylan White away, which is unfair, but it happens, you know? It's the promoters getting the fights on at the end of the day. It's the money fights they want. They want to make money. Boxing's all about money at the end of the day, you know? And that's the way it is, unfortunately. But now,
but fact of the matter is, facts are facts. They still got to give Dylan White his shot
Dylan's going
before
suing
Joshua.
The British Board of Control.
Yeah.
That's why he's going to get his fight now. That's why he's going to get his chance to fight.
Yeah.
That's the only reason, because now the law jumps in. Yeah. And he will
But
win.
why? You know what? Dylan White should have done this a long time ago.
He should have, but you know,
Shoulda, woulda,
he sat
coulda.
back. He waited and waited.
Better late than never, don't it?
But listen, now he's had enough. He's putting his foot down. He's going at him legal, and I believe he'll win the battle, and he'll get there in the end.
For all we know, Deontay Wilder might for some reason he might pull a sick note.
No, he's not going to pull a sick note.
You don't think so?
He wants to beat Tyson Fury, and you know
He's been missing for last month or so.
Good. He's training, mate. I'll take my hat off to him. He's training. He don't want to talk about media. He don't want to do this. He don't want to do that. I don't blame him. What's he talking for? You know, he's the same as what happened to AJ.
Yeah.
Got knocked out. He was sick, mate, for 6-7 months, and he come back and beat him. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. You know, he's sick at the moment. He's sick. He's coming back stronger and mentally stronger. Yeah. So I would say Tyson Fury, he's got to watch out. Don't think you're going to walk all over him like you did in the last fight, because he was all right. Tyson was all over him, which it was shocking to see that. Normally, Wilder, he takes his time. He used to be a wild man, wild thing, but then he's learned to move and jab, and he's got the reach. Yeah, and then the bomb comes flying over. Yeah, like you see. But
how can Wilder?
I believe.
How can Wilder come back?
I believe.
How can he beat Fury?
I believe.
Yeah.
He had a one bad night. Now I said it earlier on. I've been in the ring, and I just could not get it together. And even my trainer said, "What was going on?" I don't want to talk to my trainer. I feel gutted. I feel sick. I want to go back, come back after the weekend, and go back in the gym and do it with that same person to get myself back mentally.
What about the costume though? He weighed 40 pounds he was carrying.
It's all bullshit. He just wasn't with it that night. That night, he wanted to do something, and his body wouldn't allow him to do it. Yeah, and I've experienced that, and it's a horrible thing. And I believe he experienced it that night. But listen,
You mean he just didn't want to be there that night?
Whatever he tried, whatever he wanted to do, it just never happened for him. And that happens in boxing until you've been in that position and gone through it. You know, you can understand that side of boxing.
Yeah. Like a rabbit in the headlights.
Like a what?
Like a rabbit in the headlights. You know, like a rabbit when it's his headlight, he goes like, eh. He just freezes.
No, it's like a rabbit on a fucking floor smashed up.
Yeah, but before it gets on the floor,
he shouldn't be on the floor. He should be up. He should be on top.
But before the rabbit is on the floor smashed up, the rabbit, when it sees a headlight, it just freezes in the middle of the road.
Yeah, you're talking about
So the car, he knows the car's coming, but all he just does is freeze and pulls a funny face.
Makes sense. Yeah, but but he didn't freeze.
It's called rabbit in the headlights.
He couldn't. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, rabbits just freeze, don't they? When they see headlights, they freeze.
They don't know what to do.
They should just run out of the way. They don't know what to do.
So it wasn't about his suit. It was just that he had a bad night. I feel for the guy because I know what he went through, but he'll come back. Listen, he'll come back. Listen, sometimes taking a loss makes you come back better and stronger. Happened to Ali, didn't it? So you know, it's boxing
and Tyson,
and it's a horrible thing to go through. Whoever, even sparring, you know, behind closed doors with whoever.
I'd rather have happen sparring than actually in a fight.
So just think what that boxer mentally going through as well.
Yeah.
And he's got to live with it to the next fight till he does it in the next fight.
Yeah.
And overcomes that.
Yeah. I mean, I've been through it. I've had a high-profile fight with Lewis Bloor. I've experienced it.
Yeah, well, listen,
you know, everyone's talking. Everyone's like, "Hey, look,
and
you got bad bikes from Essex."
People outside saying, "Do this, do that, do that." And you can't do it. You're not listening to them. boxers go back to the corner and say, look, he's coming at you on the right, step to this way, dude. You can't. You go in there and you fight how the fight is. I got quite intrigued watching boxing sometimes, and the trainer's in the corner and he's like, focus and do this and do that. You can't, because he may be coming out another way, another angle. So you can't do what he's telling you, because, well, how does he know what's going to happen in the next round, you know? Anyway, it's all good. It's all about learning, experiencing, and coming back and winning.
That's what it's all about, mate.
Definitely.
You got to be in it to win it.
It's all about. Listen, everyone wants to be a champion, but unfortunately, there's only one man going to be standing at the end of the day.
You know what? Everyone wants to be a champion, but no one wants to go through the shit.
Exactly.
They don't want to go through the trials and tribulations of being a champion. They think it's all smooth. They think it's all Mayweather route. They think it's all. Everyone's trying to protect their O, and they're undefeated. No one wants to take chances. No one wants to take those risks no more. Do you know what I mean? They just want to be the champion, and that's that.
Yeah, I know.
It's easy getting champion status, but holding on to it is a different matter.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you know what I mean?
They have to fight sometime.
Sometimes you got to fight, man. Do you know what I mean? But I think it's different. I think we're in a different era now. I think now we're in the era where everyone's protecting their own. And before, in yesteryear, I mean, I was watching the thing about Lennox Lewis the other day. Lennox Lewis, he got knocked out twice. I mean, but he kept on coming back, and this thing over there, he would fight anyone.
This is what I'm saying to you.
It
does a boxer good. It's not nice, but it does a boxer good. He wakes you up.
It does the world of good.
The cobwebs, and it gets you motivated more.
Yeah.
It makes you more hungry.
100%.
I believe, and. To take a loss or a beating, however you want to put it, it brings back the boxer mentally in a different place.
100%.
And they come back better fighters. A lot of boxers think, I'm change my trainers, change my this, change my that. You know, it's not about changing your trainers. It's about doing things correct. You know, if you've got a good trainer, it's not. You can't blame your trainer, because you're the only guy in that ring with your opponent. So. Which is a good thing, because it's you or him wins. You're not. It's not like a bodybuilding competition. We'll put him fourth today, like done to me, and I lost it and threw the trophy. You know, in a boxing match, it's about you got to do him, or he's going to do you, and that's it. You got to come out victorious, or you lose, and that's it. It's a
very lonely sport, boxing. Don't you think so? It's like
boxing. When you're a champion, it's not a lonely sport. You got all the hangers on. I've seen it time and time again. Like AJ, he was even saying he's taught him one thing. He had all the hangers on for many years, and when he took that loss, the phone weren't ringing, people weren't around him, didn't want to know him. They moved.
They was all around Andrew Ruiz's gaff, eating enchiladas. Viva Las Vegas!
People want to know people in this world because they're a celebrity, they're a known man. Oh, they got the dosh. That is it. Mate. You're nobody else. You don't want to know you. You know. And that's all they want to know you for.
Mate.
You know, because you're a celeb, you got the money, or you're a man to not be known. You know. Otherwise, forget it.
It's what they can get. What they can get out of you.
You know. That's unfortunately and sadly about life. You know. So.
What is the secret to? What is the secret to it then? How can you stop the hangers on? How do you stop them? Any tips at any up and coming boxers or celebrities or
when you're up there, and especially heavyweights, you know, it's a big thing. You know, there's a lot of fans following you. People wannabes, they call them. They're wannabes. Wannabes your friend, but no, they're not your friend. They want to hang around. They want to be in the limelight. Like I've seen.
Fame by association.
Listen, they want to be in the limelight.
They think if they're associated with you, then they're going to be famous.
Listen, like I say, when that boxer loses, all the hangers on, where are they?
Do you know what? There's a saying right here. There's a saying that when a boxer wins, he's got 50 people in his dressing room. When a boxer loses, he's got one person or two. If he's lucky, he's got one or two people in his dressing room.
I believe that.
Everyone wants to be with the winner.
Listen, Joshua, he said that as well after his fight. It's opened my eyes. It's shown me a lot of who the real friends are. And who the hangers on are.
When you're winning, you're right. When you're winning, and when everything's all going hunky dory, you can have loads of people. They get through, don't they? They get under the radar.
You know, listen. You pull outside a hotel in a Rolls Royce. They fucking run outside, open the door, good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Pull up with a little battered up Mini or a Ford Escort. They won't move from that door.
Yeah, fuck that.
That says it all.
Yeah, that's true.
But why they don't want to go to the
Do
car?
you're not going to. You could be richer than the guy in the roller.
Yes, they're judging the car.
Yeah.
They're judging the book.
We live in a very judgmental society.
I will say to people, do not judge the book by its cover.
That's true.
You know, because nobody knows what's in that book.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know, and that's how it is.
Brilliant.
I've seen books with other things inside instead of the scripts.
That's another story. That's another story.
That's another story. That's a good one.
Listen, Mickey, mate, it's always a pleasure, mate. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
And listen, mate. We'll have our weekly chats.
Weekly?
You know, yeah, mate. Weekly if you want. You know what I mean?
Are we?
Well, why not, mate?
What,
why
very
not, mate?
weekly?
What?
Very weekly?
Weekly, mate. Yeah, well, it's up to you, mate. If you find the time, whatever. Like you love doing.
Listen, if I can help you out, and you know, you get out there, and you know, if I don't know who listens to me.
People listen. People love you, mate. What are you talking about?
You know.
They love. Listen, I'm telling you right here. I get it from all the people. I'm getting loads of messages. They love listening to your opinion and what you got to say.
Listen, I just try and be honest as I can. You know, at the end of the day, I don't talk bullshit. I don't hide what I want to say. There's a lot of people out there, you know, like Dylan White's brother when he was doing an interview with me and Vicky Pep, yeah. And I say, get it out, say it how it should be. They're scared. They're scared to speak about another person, yeah.
He's talking about Dean.
Yeah, I don't know his name. Bless him, he's a lovely man. But I said to him, speak how it should be.
Say it, goddammit.
Say it, yeah.
Say it.
Don't hide behind the thing. Just, you know what? Because the person we're talking about is a big, chunky, hairy monster. You know, say it. He ain't going to hurt you.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you know what, mate? You know what's refreshing? More people should be like you and say things as they are.
Well, that's what life's about, being honest, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you get.
Be honest,
yeah.
Do your thing, you know, and always be honest and be straight in life.
Best way, mate.
That's how I was taught and brought up, you know.
Yeah.
You know, black, white is white. It can't be two different colours. It's not a mix. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
You know, if someone asks a question, you say, "Was that car black?" Yes, it was black. It wasn't another colour when you know it was black or whatever. You know.
Say it as it is.
Say it as it is.
Say it as it is. Yeah.
You know, just speak from the heart.
Speak from the heart. You can't go wrong.
And not the back. Speak from the heart and not the arse. Yeah.
Micky Theo, listen, mate, you're a legend, mate. And listen, mate, and we'll have to do this soon. So listen, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Booming It TV. We're out. Booming It TV.